Hello! Welcome back from the break. Hope you hydrated, liquidated, all that good stuff. And we're going to get back into the story. So,
Sure, that thing.
I believe I think we're probably going to start with.
Roll a die.
So many. So many.
Who shall I torment first? See.
All opportunities are good to me.
Mhm.
Wheel of pain out here. We
Stroke the
land on.
imaginary beard, yes.
Indeed. All right.
Watch, it's one of us now. Now that
Hmm.
we've mocked him, it's one of
Yeah,
us.
we shut him
Probably.
down.
Perhaps. No. So we are going to go to Clarissa. It's your face.
Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. We have to wait and see.
All right, so
But all this
Clarissa,
information.
you are researching the shit out of the book that you've already been looking over, but at the same time have maybe been avoiding looking at certain times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but now you're like, okay, I'm getting into this because you've tell me if I've read Clarissa completely wrong. But I feel like while the Book of Asterwards is incredibly necessary, Clarissa's terrified of it.
Oh, absolutely. I think most Asterwoods are, right? The idea that you're going to have to be the one to read it is not a good thing. You don't
No, it's
want
not.
to.
Yeah, I mean, you've known like ancestors who was like, yes, of course, I shall take up this task, but you were just like,
Oh, no. Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
but you're doing it though. So you are reading it, and there is an odd feeling reading words written by people you know you're related to, but never knew you, right? Like it is. Is that comforting to you? Is it disturbing to you? What is your emotions there?
Interesting. I think there's a lot of the same thing that she was talking to Jaren about, like, moments earlier of, I've never had anyone in this, really. Like, there are people who know kind of what's going on, but not somebody as closely related to it as I am.
Mhm.
And these are all of the people who were directly in my spot, who are the closest to the Weirlights, who
Mhm.
know everything that's been going on. So it's comforting more than agitating.
Excellent. Yeah. So about the curse, you're trying to find specificities rather than just some of the after effects and forethoughts of people. I would very much like you to make a roll
Ooh.
for a knowledge research roll.
Uh-huh.
You get a +2
Thank you.
because because you were a Esterwood.
Beautiful. I will also spend the preemptive destiny to earn a bonus die.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay. Knowledge research. Let's see. 12.
12. That's a good number. Are you good with that number?
I don't like it, but I only have 2 destiny dice, and I don't trust you not to try and kill me in a second, so I'm gonna keep it.
Fine. All right, yeah, 12. No. So there is a lot of mention of someone named Jacoby Weirlight. There's a ton of concern around this figure called Jacoby Weirlight because apparently Jacoby was it's the reason why the Asterwoods. Do you realize reading it? It's the main reason why the Asterwoods are sworn to secrecy against the Weirlights in this matter because one of your ancestors, Laramie Asterwood, confided in Jacoby Weirlight about his situation. And Jacoby apparently then decided to start secretly blood sacrificing foreigners who came to the Red Port.
All right.
to
solution.
bolster the strength of the fields and get himself rich and powerful. And also apparently tried to Laramie tried to like dissuade him from this, and apparently they fought. And however, Laramie's writing about all of this.
Yeah.
Like, and apparently the official story is that Jacoby Weirlight got very drunk, as he was often famous for doing, and unfortunately fell off the Castle Erie.
Yeah, we're good at that.
He was a blight on the Weirlight name. He was the proper heir. He wasn't the lord. Though that is concerning to you. However, I mean, you know Henric. Henric is not Jacoby.
Right.
But yeah, there's some stories about that kind of concern you, and the different things that kind of exacerbate the curse. However, with a 12, there is something significant to the curse on blood moons.
Blood moon rises.
A blood moon is a red moon. It's also sometimes known as a off-harvest moon. And they can be tracked when a blood moon happens. Thorsten can tell you. I'll just give you that access to him, that he does research and he would know when the next blood moon is. And it is basically during the wedding, and the height of the blood moon will happen the night before the vows are exchanged.
Good.
And from everything that talks about the blood moon, if you're going to try and do something about the curse, it would be that night. Not because it's also sort of like a time limit. It also the effect should be greater. So you could do it now, but on the blood moon, it would be more efficient, is essentially whatever you're trying to do. I'll say also with the 12, you know the key, whatever it is, wherever it is, whatever you really have to do, it's in blood bloom.
Why wouldn't it be?
You got to go to blood bloom.
That's very exciting. I very much love blood bloom.
Which means you got to take Henric to blood bloom.
Ooh, less exciting, but that's okay.
The night before his vows are exchanged.
Yeah.
Just the best bachelor stag party a boy could ask for.
It would be his the time for
No!
I mean, you could just not go.
Oh, time.
Sorry, Henric.
It's fine.
Instead of sitting up,
It's only the life of your wife and heir. Like, who cares? Whatever.
You could take the boys with you.
I take the boys with.
They're gonna have to be
Have them
really
all
drunk.
Fun. I'm sure Walden will be down. Yeah.
Okay. When was the last blood moon? Would Thorsten know?
Yeah. They happen infrequent, and sometimes they happen out of season. But the last like major blood moon was probably like 6 months ago. Well, there's not months. It's and the calendar system for Game of Thrones is nuts.
For our frame of reference.
Was
yes,
20 fortnights ago. Whenever that was.
Like 10 days.
They have a 10-day week.
They do. But the weekends are extra long. But yeah, basically it was a few months ago.
Do I remember anything particular about the day?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Nothing that really stands out to you, I would say. You could make a cunning memory test.
Why not?
That's right, we got cunning memory tests.
Woo. 22, baby.
mine's like a steel trap.
There was a sort of secret TN of 19, but yeah, fuck me, I guess.
3 6s.
Clarissa remembers everything from the time that from the day that history was incepted, just like
Indeed, apparently. You do, Clarissa. You distinctly remember that day because you woke up and Calum had crawled on top of you. And was just staring at you with his big eyes like that night. You remember, yeah, he kind of woke you up. He again, Caleb doesn't talk, but he was just sort of like seemed kind of scared that night, and you were like you didn't think a ton of it, but you realized that might have been that night.
Good.
Caleb's eyes were just big. He was very just like.
Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, I think since I'm in the room with those two specifically, I will relay the information about the blood moon.
All right, Henric, you've just been told. What's your reaction?
Okay, and what would we get there, though?
Great question. Don't know.
Cool.
You need to do something there, and it involves the blade in Henric's dreams.
Yes. Have you ever been to Bloodbloom, Henric?
No, never.
Your dad's shown it to you, like you were on top of a hill, and he goes, "You see that dark patch over there? That's where our old keep used to be. Strange stories about it. I'd avoid it if I were you. Not the cool spots are a little too chilling for me. A good spot, however," so he just goes over, and yeah, that was the extent of it. And I know for a fact, Henric, you didn't look up about it later or listen or remember it from history lessons.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no.
Yeah, speaking of history lessons, would Thorsten have any kind of layout or sketch or anything of the castle as it was before?
He does.
Could I show it to Henric and see? Also, because I was kind of somewhere similar once. The dream that he's having, is that happening at Bloodbloom, or is it happening somewhere else? But like you go to Bloodbloom.
If Henric describes the dream, and Henric, you're quite eloquent. I would say, I mean, you've been in it, Clarissa. So the answer is yes. All of his dreams are happening at Bloodbloom.
Okay. I had a feeling, but I wanted to make sure. Okay. Yeah, from there, I think she probably wants to start doing research about Bloodbloom itself, and then
So there is something interesting that was uncovered in the storage in here, and it's on the wall now. Thorsten has seen it, but he hasn't shown it to you yet. It is a painting of Bloodbloom.
Oh.
Back in its day. It's very old. So it's faded and dark. A lot of the paint's sort of like not held up well in certain areas, almost making it look like, weirdly enough, its current ruined state.
Interesting.
Fancy that.
But there's a sort of ghost of its old self over it. And there is something I will just tell you as Clarissa Asterwood. I know your Birch Song, but that Asterwood Blood knew. There is something wrong about this painting. And it kind of scares you. It feels less like a painting and more like a window.
Okay.
Touch it.
Henrik,
don't
talk
tempt
to
me. It would be us. We would be the ones who touched the window painting thing.
Yeah.
Oh no! I just get sucked in.
Yeah, I think probably while Henric and Thorsten do their experiments, I will help in whatever way I can, but I'm sure I just spend a while looking at this painting and memorizing it.
You do? Okay, excellent.
No, I don't
would-
anymore.
Never mind.
What? Too bad.
You said it. Okay.
I very much need you to make a willpower courage test.
It is courage. We were talking. Okay. 11.
11. Have you ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I have.
Always
Yes.
a great start to a conversation. Right after you've been asked to roll a sanity roll.
Great.
Oh boy.
Do you recall the scene of him entering eternity, essentially, and just that that sound of like, and it's started quiet and gets louder and louder? I'm just telling you right now, Clarissa is experiencing a similar thing, staring into the portrait, trying to memorize it. And you're trying to see bits and secrets, but all you can think of constantly is the whole, and almost things are disappearing. And it's just like that, this almost like wailing in your mind as you're staring at it. No one else feels that way about this painting. Henric, you're just like, that's a broke ass painting. It's like the frame's nice. It's got a nice frame.
Yeah.
Like you should put a portrait of yourself in that frame. Actually, it's good.
It would look nice, just polished.
More of a landscape version of yourself.
Yeah,
Maybe you and a
really nice.
horse.
Oh, that would look great.
Yeah.
The perfect hill to like get that painting done. Okay.
And you know the hill, right now.
I know the landscape setting I want it done. Yeah.
You're like, I need a painter. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Write down, need a painter.
Need painter. Clary, you look pale. How are you doing?
Yeah, Clary hasn't said anything in like 10 minutes. And when someone talks to you, you're just like, it's just like, because it just like abruptly ends. It's very like, Willy Wonka tunnel of insanity, and then it's just like, cool, all right, next stop, and you're just like,
Good.
I'll tell you right now, Clarissa, you're not super okay. You did not pass the will check.
Great.
However,
The club.
because you got an 11, I am going to say it's not that bad. But you just feel like this painting it's like the feeling that there's like a creature stuck on the wall staring at you almost. And no one else seems weirded out by this painting.
Where did you say they got it? It was in storage?
It was in storage in here.
All
Like,
good things.
yeah, in the secret room. Thorsten's like, yeah, in the secret room of the secret room.
Oh,
The secret room.
right.
The secret room. No, there was a second secret room. Okay.
Did not either.
Yeah, there was
boy.
a chest filled with
boy.
things.
Any other things?
A few others, but the only thing I found significant was that painting.
Okay.
Can I have the frame, or are you gonna need the whole thing?
Don't touch it.
Okay,
Don't
sorry.
mess with it.
Okay.
But
No,
I know
of
that your
course, of
mother
course.
raised you to have sense. I just don't know where it went. Like it just
I
gone.
mean, I know the painting removed from the frame. It's just it seems like a waste to be here and not displayed properly. And every time you stare at it, you go into this daze for a couple of minutes, and you
Well,
didn't. Yeah.
It's not just a paint. Whatever.
I assumed so. It was found in not this room, but the worst part of this room, I guess.
Right.
Clary, it's I know I don't really have a place to say this since you know far more than I do about this stuff and are older and wiser than I am, but are you sure you're okay to do this? To help me do this?
No, absolutely not. But that's the position we've both been put in. It doesn't matter if I am ready or willing or able. Your blood demands that I am, so I will be.
Yeah. I'm the least likely person to tell you not to do your job. So.
And I appreciate it, Lord Henric. Now let's stab you and drain half your blood.
Yeah. Good times, good times.
Thorsten's like, all right, I'll get the sheep splatter.
What?
This is the fun part.
For who?
Yeah, so they will take some of your blood. Now, of course, there is no anticoagulant in this age, so if you use blood, you got to use it kind of immediately. So I'll let when Thorsten's here, I'll let him tell me what he does with it.
See if it doesn't kill me.
Mm-hmm. But for now, you're just gonna go to sleep, Henric. Just gonna go to sleep.
I prefer not to. I really would.
You're gonna go to sleep.
I want to wake. I have a lot of wedding plans to do.
Well, with the amount of blood they took from you, you were like, I just need to.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Go off mumbling some nonsense in Clary's arms as
I
pass out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's a bed they put you in. You're just like sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we should when he wakes, we should bring him scones.
He would enjoy that.
It doesn't matter if he enjoys it; it's what he needs. It's all right. I'm not doing Thorsten's voice. Excuse me. He goes, it doesn't matter what he wants. It matters that he needs it.
Everyone's please. Oh.
Yeah, I will. I actually was my plan to leave, since I'm sure we're moving on soon, to the kitchens.
Okay, you're gonna go to the kitchen? What's up with the
For
kitchen?
my scones?
To get your scones, and also I was planning on checking in on everything since I've been down here a while. That's it.
Okay, just checking in the kitchens. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people here because the wedding, so they've hired, about, I don't know, like 5 times the amount of people you guys normally have. Your kitchen is huge. It is, the improvements on it have been made, so most of the kitchen doesn't always need to be used, but now all of it's being used. And there's so many like things they're like preparing just to make sure it's okay and perfect. Yeah, so they, tons of new people. I mean, this is late. It's late now, so there's not really a ton of people in here. There are a few. You do hear in the pantry there are definitely people having sex. Like 100%. They're trying to be quiet, but you have very good hearing, and yet you just hear like just very much like little, just little stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah. That's all. I was just coming down here to see my people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. You just want to like talk to some folk or get to know or concerned about something?
I think it's more sensing that she's going to need to step back into the position as steward very soon.
Gotcha.
She wants to be back in that position, so she's doing the rounds.
Pause, I think.
Oh
We
my.
wait.
Something just happened.
Something, yes. We'll see if I have to do a thing. Serena, did food show up or? Okay.
Mm,
That
that'll do it.
makes more sense.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
All good.
Food is important.
Multiple apologies. Sorry. Food just arrived, and the hunger is within me.
You are the painting looking to consume Clarissa?
Awful.
Okay, sure. Yep, well, I'll go with that metaphor. Sure.
Cursed.
I mean,
First.
Cursed.
the more cursed, the better. But that's
No!
No,
Stop!
don't like it.
I do. All right. Here we go. Oh, my camera.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
So, very exciting. Yeah, I think I know you have an amazing awareness, but could you just humor me and make an awareness test?
Of what kind? Does this include notice?
Seeing.
Seeing?
Notice, yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
To find the other couple that's having sex in the kitchen.
24. I get to re-roll 1.
It says
Oh my
reroll
god.
2 ones.
Jesus Christ, look at that.
There's only one in there.
Yeah. So 1. Perfect.
Nope.
Same thing.
Yeah. No higher. Disgusting. Yeah, absolutely. So, on the far tables, there's lots of prep kind of out. There is one person you definitely don't recognize. It must be one of the new people. From this distance, with a 24, you have no idea what, like, sex this person is. They are very androgynous. They're in a like masculine like servant's garb, like, you know, they've got pants, but they must be short, because the way their knees are, they're sitting on the table. Their legs are kind of like, you know, one foot's locked over the other, but kind of swinging back and forth. They have pulled back like orange ginger hair back into like a bun that's very loose, and they have a smattering of freckles across their like very like toasted almond colored skin, and they have their sleeves are quite short, and their pants end like halfway down their thighs, as if like this was a uniform made for someone much smaller, even though this person seems rather short. And they're currently it looks like weaving something or something, and they're singing in they're singing like kind of a strange song. It's in a language you don't recognize.
Okay, yeah, I think she will casually walk up to the table. You said they're sitting on the table or off to the side?
Their butt is on the table, and looks like they're weaving like a loose like straw and like leaves like into a shape almost.
Yeah, I think I'll just walk up next and say, "Good evening."
Like, even though the intonation of like the song is, the language is very strange and the tone is very odd, but when they speak, it's there no accent you really hear. They just go, don't worry, I've already peeled all of the pages. Oh, and they just like look at you with these like huge like hazel eyes, Like you've never seen anyone with like eyes this big and revealed in like your life. And there's like so much light reflected in them. They're like, oh, kind of looks you up and down and is like, do you need a snack or something?
No, I was just coming down. Did I Catalina or Orton are my step-ins for the moment. I am.
Oh,
steward.
you're the. I've heard of you.
Mm.
I don't know what your name has changed recently. Yes.
Lady Birchsong. Yes.
Congratulations. I'm talking to you like I'm I'm so sorry, my lady. Do you need something?
Absolutely not. No, we were talking perfectly fine before. I just was wondering what you were weaving, actually. And the song, it was lovely.
Oh, thank you. Kind of shrugs. Sorry, I've never worked in a castle kitchen before. This is a pretty new opportunity for me. I'm weaving a protection charm.
Protection charm.
Mm-hmm. For the bride and groom.
I can't say I do know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where I'm from, it's really normal to do that. I assumed a bunch of people were making them. It's sort of normal.
Where are you from?
Far and near.
Oh,
Weaving.
and your name?
Briar.
Briar.
Is weaving
Can I-
while talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah, can I ask, what language was the song? I've never heard it before. I consider myself a well-learned person.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dead language. Died. Oh God, I don't know. For me, I don't know what any of the words mean, but I just know how the song goes.
Huh.
Honestly, for most of my existence, I just thought it was a nonsense song. You've heard those, fiddly di di dee, la 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 la, nonsense songs. But apparently, it's some dead language. I don't know. I don't care. But the words have meaning to me.
Do they?
They do. You're very easy to talk to. I feel disarmed by you. Are you someone dangerous?
Oh, I like to think so, but not to you.
Well, that's good to know.
I have to say, you are... I'm not sure what you're doing here, really. You seem incredibly out of place, but... Right,
Weaving a
weaving.
protection charm.
Yes, of course. No, I mean in a greater scheme. People who come here to this castle don't often have such pleasant energy.
Oh. I don't exactly know what that means, but I heard the word pleasant, so I'm gonna say that's a compliment. That's very high of you, my lady. Sorry, I don't normally speak out of turn this much.
It's not out of turn.
Oh, no?
Absolutely not.
Shouldn't a lowborn small folk not speak to a highborn like yourself in that way?
Highborn is something that I resent sometimes more than I appreciate.
Well, a lot of people, I think, might resent that you resent it.
That's why I said sometimes. Are you permanently employed here? Are you simply employed
No.
here for the wedding?
No, I came in with the bunch from the wedding. I heard that they needed cooks and and sculleries and all that, but I ran a kitchen. Wasn't in the castle, but a kitchen. So I knew what I was doing. They wanted something called a reference. Don't know what that is. But I just made him a pie, and they brought a pie and said I made it, and they hired me.
Okay, Tony,
Hi.
what kind of vibe am I experiencing from this person? Because I cannot tell if I like them or want to kill them.
Yeah.
Gay and inscrutable.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there is something inscrutable about them. Yet their energy is so open. It's disarming.
Oh boy. Do you plan on sticking around for long after the wedding? Do you have somewhere to go afterwards?
I mean, I suppose I do. I'm not want for work, I don't need no charity, but I thought this would be a great opportunity, What everyone, the Reach, they really, really love their weddings, and I love to scrounge out a ton of things, so I thought I could, help my family out. Such as they are.
I will leave you to your delicate weaving.
All right.
It's quite beautiful already, but should you ever be in need of something of the sort, employment, of reference, please give me a call.
Oh, that's very kind of you, my lady. Thank you.
Listen, Aaron, don't call me out like that. It was an accident. Yes. Yeah, pleasure meeting you.
You as well. And as you walk away, it says, Lady Clarissa.
No. Oh boy. Yeah. Very stiff suddenly as she walks.
And the song starts up again. All right.
My God.
We leave Clarissa and Briar. I think we need to transition. It is the day that oh wait, no. Right before that, just before that. I know exactly what we need to do. Yeah, Nymora.
Oh shit! Hello.
The man in leathers finds you.
Does he?
And he's like, he goes, I found this. He just like knocks on your door and you open, and he just goes, I found this. Don't know if I was supposed to take it or not, but it looks pretty good.
Is it from the wine cellar?
It doesn't look like a wine bottle.
What is it?
It looks like a liquor bottle. It's got like fat on the bottom and it has a long thing. You're pretty sure it's port.
It's kind of like
there's a lot of port in this castle.
Yeah, and I reach out and I'll take it from him and just sort of tilt it this way and that, and just like, well, if it was Lord Theodric's before, it's ours now.
I like the way you think. And he just walks in and will sit down.
I have no reason to think that my lord would punish me for something so insignificant as a bottle of wine.
If he was, he'd be kind of a cunt lord.
No, he's always been very kind to me.
I think I've heard a lot of good things about old the lord of this castle. You got cups, or are we kissing?
I think I have maybe one cup around here. So
That'll work.
Well, yeah.
That'll work. Like you take the cup, I'll take the bottle.
Such a
I mean,
gentleman.
I think, well, I don't know. Maybe you should take the bottle. You're the knight.
And who told you that? Or is it so obvious now?
Ah, I don't know. There's certain heirs of a lady knight that you kind of pick up here and there. When you meet one, and you I don't know.
Hmm.
I feel like you're someone who has gained position from accolades rather than birth. There's a certain air about him. Also, then I asked somebody and they told me.
I keep forgetting that that's a thing that people can do. It's just ask.
Yeah.
You
I
know
just
so
said-
much about me.
Mm-hmm.
What I know almost nothing about you, other than your good lady likes the color yellow, and absolutely hates our hospitality.
Don't feel too personal about that. She hates everyone's hospitality except for her own.
Take no offense. I expect very little.
My lord, I tell you right now, has paid through the nose to give her everything she wants. Yet all she fucking wants is that fucking castle. I'll tell you what. Get
You
her,
dodged my
get her a bit. I think Missy and they go around the mill sometimes, and you don't want to see the end of that.
you dodged my question. Give me a name at least that I can call you while we're drinking.
Oh, apologies. Yeah, hey, yeah. Very Hallis. My name's Hallis.
Alice. My
Yeah,
name is Nemora.
I'll put it in the chat.
Gotcha. Just Hallis, or is there a house to go with that?
There's a house to go with that. Mullen. House Mullen.
I make a breeding test.
Absolutely.
Tell me about this man. Status. 11.
It's pretty good. House Mullen. I think Nymora is. I think you're the perfect person to know who this house is.
Okay.
Because they're a house of knights.
Okay.
You would House Mullen is a northern house.
Mm-hmm.
Their arms are a pine tree covered in snow in a pale green pile on white. So that's like their arms. So his name is Hallis Mullen. Not the smoothest of names, but
Okay. Would
it is a landed house.
Mhm.
It's a house that are technically they're not full lords, but they would be like sirs, right? Like that's what they'd be known as. They'd still be peerage and stuff, but they're not like, you wouldn't say milord to this man, you would say sir.
Would I know with that if they are sworn directly to House Stark or if they are several times down the chain?
No, they're not sworn to directly to House Stark. I mean, all houses are technically, but
Yeah, everything does eventually, but there's like the Karstarks are sworn to the Starks, and the blood are sworn to the Karstarks, and okay.
Yeah, like House Mullen is sworn to House Marsh, which is sworn to House Manderley, which is sworn to House Stark.
Okay.
Like,
several times removed from generally important people. All right. Yeah. I will pour him a drink.
Yeah.
I will give him the cup. I am the host here. And say it's like Northern House. I figured by your accent, but what are you doing so far south of the border?
Me. Well, let's see. What am I doing here? I mean, that's a strange story. I don't know if you want to hear it. It's mostly Well, I could have sort of had a chance to serve at Winterfell.
Mm.
You know Winterfell, yeah.
Yes, prestigious, but very far north.
Aye. I could have a chance to serve there, but I'd just be a watchman, which is an honor, I suppose.
Mm.
But I got a different opportunity down south to be the sworn sword of a Reach Lord down there.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, I'd have to be competing against every blasted bare-mothered cunt up in the north to try and, get head guardsmen at Winterfell. Because that's what I want. But down south, they don't know how to fight like Northmen. So I thought, why not? Maybe I could make a certain position of myself. And I have. Make good money. I've got land. Such as it is. I've been told it's quite pretty. I haven't seen it myself. And I don't know. I'm I'm a third son. So I was basically treated like all the men in our in where I grew up. So I've never been one to put on airs. Respect, sure, but I'm not going to bend over backwards for it unless I really want to. I don't know. You seemed interesting.
Thank you.
I don't think you're a threat to my lady.
I roll my eyes a little bit.
I didn't think you were a threat. And he goes, and I will mind you say, I'm not saying that because I don't think you're threatening. I'm gonna say I don't think your intention is threatening.
No. I think that she was uncountably rude to my lord. However,
Yeah, she does that. Yeah, that's her thing. She's ugh.
but she is still a member of my Lord Henric's soon-to-be family.
And
so
she's my lady, technically speaking, because I serve my lord. And I mean, his station has quite improved since marrying the first daughter of the House of Ashford.
Oh, I imagine.
His mood hasn't, though.
I imagine that as well.
Mm-hmm. Also, I can't imagine her pregnant. I feel like she's just trying to squeeze the baby out early. Too inconvenient.
I don't. How long have they been married? How long has the Shellica been
few years.
Yeah. Is it? I would have expected her to have a child by now.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I guess
A bit difficult when you live in separate
yeah.
castles.
It is, yeah. I would fucking say. I mean, so much so that now my lord has demeaned himself to live at Ashford. Of course, Lord Ashford is happy to have him, but he has to split his time now. I'm a sworn sword, you trust me, but I don't know. I just feel like she's aging him. I hope they have kids. I hope maybe that changes her, but at this point, I can't think of a thing that could change her. Besides, quick bash on the head.
I think the great burden is that some women are intended for motherhood and others are intended for other things. But the station.
I suppose I don't know about intentions or whatnot. I don't believe in whatever the 7 stars or whatever the fuck you people sky people, whatever the hell you people believe.
Sky people, yes. And it is the old gods, yes? The
Yeah.
old gods that the Northmen keep.
Oh, I keep. We don't keep no old gods. No, the old gods tolerate us. I think that's how that goes. No, but they're real and they have power, and I give as much sanctum as I'm able to in these forsaken lands.
There's a weirwood tree around here, isn't there? Wasn't there one up on the hill?
There was,
Yeah.
there
Okay.
was. The stump is there.
Yeah. Mm.
It won't go away. Interestingly enough.
Well, I don't know if it would mean anything to you, but I know that there used to be a weirwood tree somewhere around here. It was cut down long ago, but the stump remains, if that means anything.
It's not. It's not near that foreboding canopy of trees off to the northwest, is it? It is.
Yeah, I believe it might be. Yeah. I don't tend to go over there myself.
I saw a raven fly around there. Like, around. That's a bad omen. You people don't have omens, do you?
Well,
Do you believe in
I
omens?
mean, listen, if you ask any Reachman if they believe in omens, they will say no. It is superstitious. It is superstitious peasant nonsense.
Okay.
But
What about you?
sometimes I believe, yes. There are things that happen around here sometimes that make me think that there's something else going on and I just cannot see it.
Do you believe in magic?
In magic.
Do you believe in magic?
You're serious?
Dead.
I think like Nemora like takes like there's like a long pause. Well, I'm like drinking and I'm like thinking. And I'm thinking of the Frostmoors
Mm-hmm.
and and the the fucking bizarre prophecy
Mm-hmm.
that I was given.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think that there might be magic other places. I think that there are some places where it is like a mist that is thicker, and
Mm.
sometimes it encroaches places where it is otherwise too sunny for it to live all year round.
Oh, you talk about magic as if it's something that's evil.
I don't really know what to think of magic, considering that it is not a thing that I normally think of.
That's fair. Yeah, I
It's,
believe in magic. And he just takes a swig from a drink. He
mm.
goes, "Oh, that's lovely. That is." Just kind of drinks a little more.
Yeah, me drinking from the bottle, him from his cup.
Mm-hmm.
I top him off, but
Mm-hmm.
it, is that all? Because is that all Northmen?
No,
That no.
nah. I mean, we all see signs and whatnot, but
Mm.
I mean, you see things. You see things out in the woods, in the snow, in the blind.
I only
Only
say because there was a lady of a northern house told me I think she had a vision that she told me. Very strange.
what lady is this?
What was her name? Silas Frostmore.
Glorious?
I
Glorious?
think it was Glorious. Glorious?
Glorious Frostmore.
Yes, okay. It's like I'll say, yeah, Lady Glorious Frostmore?
Yeah, Ira goes up. Go, aye. Well, there's a great example right there. You ever seen it?
Seen what?
The Black Keep.
Oh.
You know,
No.
Sorry. One sec.
Is it? I know that Silas invited me.
Yep.
I don't know if I ever had the chance to go.
You did not.
Yeah.
You've been very, very busy.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like, have you ever seen Darkhail in person?
No.
I have.
Lord Silas invited me, but
So Silas, eh?
I beat him at the joust. I took his horse.
Impressive.
It's a good horse.
Oh, I bet. I've seen Darkhail in the snow. It's like
Imagine.
a thing. Old, dark thing. That's just stuck up out of the ground. And it doesn't want to be. And it screams at anyone who gets close.
Lord Frostmore does not want to be. He craves death the way that some people crave wine.
The Frostmoors are a strange lot.
Eh.
There's magic in this world, and there's strange things in this world. And the moment I crossed over the border in here and saw that omen, something's going on.
With your fine, magic-attuned eyes, let me know if you see any more omens so that I can be prepared to either cry or shit my pants when I am finally faced with magic that I do not understand.
Mm-hmm. He goes, nods. Like, well,
I shove him in the shoulder a little bit. I'm like,
Mhm.
stop.
What?
It has suddenly gotten very somber and very strange.
Oh yes,
Let's
sorry.
talk about different things.
No, I'm sorry I bring it up. It's just prevalent. It's because I mean I saw an omen on you.
What does that mean? Is it something on the back of my head?
It's not there anymore. But when I saw you,
I'm a bit perturbed, but it's just like, And what was the omen?
not sure. Thought I'd find out by drinking with you.
What did you see?
Just wanted to be straight. Didn't want mixed messages. Also, you are, I mean, vocally and physically utterly captivating. So I thought that's not in bad time to spend the night. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry to tell you that my time is the only thing that you may have. Don't really like
Are
men.
you? Oh, you don't like men? Oh, I like men.
Good for you. Have you ever met Orton Lucas? Set them up together. No, I don't say that. Orton, we're gonna get you a boyfriend.
I goes, yeah. I like women. I like men. There's too much horror in this world to not try and get it all that is good for you. You know, that's what I believe. Anyway, that's just me.
I wish I could convince my mind of the same. Perhaps
Mm,
it would make finding a husband easier.
I see. Well, if you ever need anything or want the services of a noble warrior who knows a thing or two about magic and science, just let me know. I would love to raise my position even further, because the higher I can get on that totem pole without directly running things, the better.
I will put in a good word for you with Lord Henric when he wakes up.
Which one was that? Which one's that one?
The heir of the house.
Which house?
My house.
Your house?
And yes, my house. And through Henric. Ashella.
Ashella. Oh, of the castle, right. Sorry, I'm terrible with names and faces. Everyone's face kind of blends to me. Not yours though. I mean, I think it's the eyes. It's hard not to have a face blend when you've got that staring at you.
Blink slowly. It's like, you didn't tell me what it was the omen that you saw on me.
No, I didn't. This is true. Do you want to
This is good
know?
then.
I'll tell you if you want to know.
I think I do. So long as it comes from you. You seem like you know what you're talking about.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I saw a spotted butterfly cast a shadow on your face as you hid half of it behind a statue. Like so I've got an idea of what that means, but
I
I'm sure.
don't.
Well, it's-
Butterflies. There's so
well,
many
that sounds
butterflies around here.
unfortunate for you. I'm
There
sure
are
you
so
can figure
many
it out.
butterflies around here. They keep releasing them everywhere. They're dead everywhere. It's awful.
I'm sure
At
you'll
least
figure
it's
it
not.
out.
At least it's not fucking birds like it was the last time. Oh, there's peacock shit everywhere.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yep. I think if you fucked me, I would have told you, but I
Oh,
will respect
stop.
your decision.
Mm-hmm. What if I got you a very nice bottle of wine?
Could I fuck it?
I mean, I'm sure I can find a big enough bottle.
That's very kind of you to say. Oh, you're funny. All right. Yeah. So I think we're gonna, unless you want to ask him any more questions, I think we're gonna leave that scene there.
I am adamantly not going to fuck him, and he's not going to tell me what the omen means unless I fuck him. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, this is just the order of events. If I fuck someone, I tell them omens, but you can't, so that's all right.
Very specific payment plan.
Yeah, I cannot deviate from it.
All right.
Bad for business. All right.
Okay. Got it.
Absolutely. So
Standards must be kept.
we rush forward in time. Blah, 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 blah. To the day that the feast is going to happen, the welcoming feast. We've seen a welcoming feast before.
Yes.
So it is the job of the family, generally, to, of course, you don't have to stand there fucking all day, but you're supposed to, welcome many of the important people. And I mean, with the Manderley heart wedding, they just kind of stood there to welcome people because there wasn't that many families coming. So many people are coming, Vivian. You cannot stand here all day. Because then the party's gonna be going for like 2 hours while you do this. So there is now just heralds essentially there welcoming them on behalf of the house. That is sort of the point. Currently, it is you have 3 different heralds doing this. One of them is Catalina. Just like on behalf of on behalf of House House Weirlight, we welcome you into our home. Like drinks in this way and la la la. The part here, obviously, here's the party, and of course the Ashfords also apparently brought 2 heralds to welcome people. It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting because it's not their home, but
It's not their house.
it's not their house, but like okay.
Okay. Okay.
And the heralds are wearing these like striped red and purple like garb, and then the other heralds are wearing the like gray and orange garb, and they're just like staring at each other.
Yeah, gray and orange. Okay.
Okay.
It's ash colored. You
Oh,
could say.
I know. I know the significance of the color. It's just they just can't leave anything alone. They have to.
Apparently.
Okay.
Lord Ashford tells you it was his wife's brilliant idea.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For the heralds or for the
heralds.
Yes. Okay, I was like,
well, no, that's what heralds wear. It's your house colors and stripes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be bright and
Okay.
catching. It's not. It's also fairly demeaning. These guys are essentially now like it's like when fast food restaurants put people in like terrible fucking promotional outfits, and like for mascots and whatever. This is them.
They're
they're
twirling the banner out front.
yeah, they're flipping signs.
And they're just glaring at you.
Yeah, because they're trying to aggressively greet more people than the other group.
Is
The
it
contest.
making the guest uncomfortable? Like
No.
okay.
They don't notice it. Like it's
Okay.
I'm just saying it for our benefit. Like
I
this
see.
is what the camera shows of just like
Mhm.
on behalf of House Weirlight, we welcome you greatly into our home. It is an honor for House to come here. But the House Ashford, like, welcome on behalf of House Ashford. Welcome on behalf of House Ashford. Welcome on behalf of House Ashford. And Catalina keeps being like, it's okay, quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. And they're just like but yeah, they're welcoming tons and tons of people that are arriving. Coaches and horses are being taken care of. It's so good you have such a massive stable that you will be able to accommodate like most of the horses that come in. There are still plenty who are going to be on the pitch, but that's just how that goes. Yours don't rival the King's stables, but it's, I would say, a good half the size of the King's stable, which is really impressive. So tons of people come in, and it is phenomenal. There are these like subtle glass panes set up throughout all of the top parts of the hall that literally light up the inner keep from the light outside in this dazzling display. It is literally like all of the most insane things everyone's talked about. They've pulled it off. They've done it from the role. Vivienne, Orton this morning contacted you about something. He said you wanted me to look more into the Ironborn connection.
Yes.
It turns out there might have been some problems that they were going to try and arise at Redport. However, they happened to run afoul of, I believe, some highwaymen, and it seems that is no longer going to be as in effect.
Well, these are dangerous times. But I'm glad that is, seems it's to have resolved itself.
So I will say, mechanically at the moment, Vivian, because you contacted Orton about this kind of immediately when you got back, and wanted him to look into it, it gave him a bonus on his roll, and he did well enough to his men literally stopped a plot that was going to happen at the wedding.
Holy shit.
So
Orton
I
Lucas
love you,
best.
Orton.
good job.
He's never
I
leaving.
rolled bullshit. I think I rolled like 3 6s.
Okay.
It was great.
I think I'm gonna add to the list, find Orton a good beard.
Yeah.
So people can leave him alone so he can keep
A
working
wife.
here. Yeah. Someone
Accurate.
who wants the position but is actually also not interested in
God, if only I wasn't a bastard.
Right?
Fuck.
I mean, Naimora, you're not a bastard anymore.
He's a first son. Well,
I mean,
is now a first son.
He is now a first son. He was a third son.
It's
But
also a
his brothers keep
first
dying.
son of a disgraced house, and you're a full-on knight. So don't cut out all your options yet, you know?
But tons of people are being welcomed and ushered. Orton, of course, told you that, his men took care of an entire plot. So that part of the adventure is removed from.
No baby switchings on us today.
That's more blood magic.
Before Orton goes, I would like to ask him, Orton, I'm not sure what it is, but Lord Hightower had previously, during the twins' birthday, had mentioned an alliance of some sort that has fallen to the wayside, but I would like to see why he was interested in that.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Thank you.
And he bows, and he goes, after all this, we should pick up our book club again.
Oh, I would love to.
like I think so. I think we found an appropriate room where they can't find us.
Everyone always needs something. God.
Yeah, I think it is to struggle to be to be this powerful, my lady. And he smiles and disappears into the shadows. Absolutely. Yeah, so he's gonna keep an eye out. Lord Hightower and was arrived like early, it seems, which is a good sign. It's not an insult, you know, or anything. It's almost eager. However, nowhere near the amount of clan he brought to the birthday party.
Yeah.
But still a good amount of people. It's not his entire fucking litany of children, but it is a good amount of them. So you know, it's still a good party. They come in, he immediately starts like talking and with people. The chatter that everyone's saying is like, this is the wedding of the ages, and a lot of people are saying, are they trying to outdo the king? Is apparently a rumor.
I see.
Going around.
Ooh,
And all of the Reach people seem to be in favor of that idea.
Understood.
Seeing as most of them do not like King Robert Baratheon. Yeah, but several houses attend. Coming here, we see banners of all kinds. You know, we see a field of purple with 2 locked golden keys. We see a field of white with a big green hand on it. We see tons and tons and tons of banners and colors and all sorts of shit. I could right now, if anyone wanted, list all of the Reach houses who are attending this wedding.
I think only if it comes up in like conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
If you
are
would
you
like
sure?
to, go ahead.
You know what?
Yeah.
Put in a document, link it to us. We'll have that.
Yeah, more work. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because it's
that's fine.
It's
don't
a
hurt
lot.
yourself right now.
Yeah,
just show us when like the real fun, high profile ones come in. We don't need
the fun ones, and if anyone doesn't show up, that's important, I guess.
Yes, that's
don't
very,
kill yourself
very
true. Being the herald for the day.
I could that sounds good to me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so a lot of people, you know, houses are showing up. Henric.
Yes.
You are sleeping.
Oh, I'm not eating people or anything? No. Oh.
No.
Okay. I'm asleep.
Okay. Thorsten is not really letting you at this moment. It seems like everyone, the Ashfords and the Weirlights included, believe Henric needs to rest. He is not necessary to be shown, except for maybe during the feast. But even then, it is his right to do whatever. But it is all right if he's not seen until much later tonight. As you are being kept. Ha ha!
Let me out.
No, absolutely not. So, Vivian, who are you entreating? Is there someone you want to know if they're here? You just ask. You have so many runners, so many people. Where are you? Where is your where is the center that you are at the moment in this party?
Okay, so I think I am in the because if this is the guest day, I guess I have since it's before feast day, I have like opened out for like a train to follow from like the main greeting hall to where people can socialize out into like our gardens
Yeah.
so that people can have like a light rest lunch after riding and carriages all the time, just to be
Mhm.
out in the reach sunshine. So I think I'm just strolling around
Mhm. Yeah,
that
there's
stuff.
lots of stuff outside, right? Like
Mhm.
the weather's always perfect in the reach, and
Mhm.
and you've specifically waited for a time where the rain seasons are over, right? Like
Yep.
this is where the sun shines,
Mhm.
and
So
it is shining bright.
yeah, so I think I'm out there greeting parent, but I think the first person I want to see who's come to the wedding is my best friend.
So tell me who specifically that is.
Yeah, God. I keep mixing her name up with the fucking Lady of High Garden. They have
Oh,
like almost the same name.
are you talking about
Um,
Felice Dolver?
Felice, yeah.
Felice, yes. The Dulvers do in fact arrive.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is in fact all of them.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
Taseo has another friend.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Lord Harold is here. However, he looks older,
Oh,
Who's
no.
old
like
already?
noticeably. Like he was in his 40s, but like so it's only been a few years, but he looks like older. He also has a walking stick now.
Oh no.
It's not a very fancy one either,
Oh.
which very much Lord Harold's style of like,
Yeah.
is it efficient? Will it prop me up? Great.
How
I've
much
You
They
could
never
add a
already
gold.
have it.
We could add a gold figure. Fuck off.
Imagine he had already like a bunch of array.
Yeah,
of
he just
walking
went
Yeah,
into
sticks.
he just went into
This
the
one.
Went
got
into
a
the
call. He's
cellar.
like, I'll do it. Like, yeah.
Does it work? Yes, good.
Yeah.
Could I potentially bludgeon someone with the handle end? Yes. Good.
All right, perfect. So
No.
he's walking like fine, but he does have that cane at his side. But yeah, he looks a little older, and he's kind of just like he's looking at the utter opulence of this wedding, and
Yeah.
he's just scowling at it. He's just like,
Oh, there's our vulture with love.
just,
Miss you.
He's
like he looks
Surprising
tired,
old
comes in, and he goes
vulture.
like, when all the energy comes back to him, like, oh, what is this? Like,
It's this bullshit.
like excess and funny.
Point the finger at the Ashfords. Them. They did it.
Back to the
Eloping is so much
people and
cheaper. Damn
people
it.
starving on the walls of Ashford Castle and then putting a fucking just immediately just
Oh,
saying
Jesus.
shit. There's like a herald who's like, "We welcome you on behalf of House Ashford." Yeah, I'm aware of that boy. Get out of my face. He's just like,
I love you, Harold Silver. I can't believe
Just in
we ever
my
hated you.
pain.
I can't believe we ever mistrusted you.
Yeah, he's just so perfect.
yep. And then of course Felice is on his arm. He goes, "Oh, isn't this lovely?" Like I wouldn't exactly put that a word for it unless words and meanings have completely fallen away as seemingly logic and reason has fallen from this place. He goes, "I'm so glad to see you have your energy back, dear." Just like
Revitalized by hatred.
he goes, "Of course you would be a curmudgeon at a wedding, father." As we see Walton.
One's there? Oh my gosh.
His hair's gotten a little longer and
I
more
love how the
flowing.
fan comes out of Salt to just a fan his hair.
Going full bish in, huh?
I'm glad I'm
Um,
not in a room. I don't see this.
his hair is like like before it was kind of like to here. Now it's down to his shoulders and flowy and curled. It tresses quite well. And then little Helen is also there, who she looks quite taller.
Oh.
And looking about. Thankfully, you seemingly do not see Walton's younger brother, which is
I forget
probably
his
a good
name.
thing.
We always
mean,
forget he has a
I think
younger
his
brother.
name literally means like the color brown or something. I don't know.
His nomenclature, what they've called him is Black Thumb.
Books
Because
can't
he was
grow.
given a piece of land that to grow stuff on, and that's where he's at right now. He's at a tower, and nothing is growing.
He's
And he's getting angry about it, and
yeah.
the younger Dulver is said to have quite a temper.
Mhm.
hard. I mean, it's hard if your older brother and who you're compared to is Walton.
Oh,
Fair.
But he comes in, he goes, it's good. Like, it does do me well to see these halls. Yeah, and of course, Vivian, you've been told that the Dulvers are here. You
Yes.
catch them, I think, probably at a like the midway point.
Yeah, I definitely want to go up and hug Felice.
Yeah, she's just like, Vivian, and she gives you a big hug. And it's like, everything looks divine, as if we stepped into the house of the seven themselves. I'm sure your mother will be thrilled.
Oh, good. It'll give her something else to complain about.
You
I'm
remember my lord husband? He goes, Vivian. And I mean, like, at this point, you go for the hug.
Yeah, excellent.
He gives like a good, like, older man hug where it's just like, good. Like, good to see you. I'm surprised you allowed something like this. I assume this isn't on your dime.
Oh no, I took
on your copper.
Oh,
like,
no, I took. The Ashfords wanted to have a show, and
I can see that. Yeah, I would call it a minstrel show. And just like, yes, let's insult our host directly to their face. Harold, I'm not insulting Vivian. Vivian, am I insulting you?
You're not at all.
See, I'm not insulting her.
We both know the value of coin, and if someone wants to throw more money at it, who are we to complain?
Sometimes I have to yell at someone with no business sense, but then where would I make my coin? You remember my son Walton? And he goes, Lady Vivian, it is so good to see you have fully recovered from your tragic, the tragic event that befell you, but you seem to be as radiant as ever.
Oh, thank you so much, Walton.
And he takes your hand and kisses it.
Ever the charmer you are. Yes, I'm much recovered and feeling wonderfully. How have you been? I have not heard from you for a while.
It is true. It is unfortunate that I had to settle things at my land. I think on my land. I had to do my duty as heir. Speaking of duty, I am to be first man to our groom. Where is he?
Do I know where he's like still sleeping?
He's resting.
Okay. He is currently resting. He's been doing anything and everything to make sure that that the festivities
That doesn't surprise me. In the letters they sent me, he seemed like he was determined to do all the jobs of this wedding.
Every single thing. But who am I to tell an heir with, I don't know, goals in mind to stop what they're doing, I suppose.
Felicia goes, yes, who are we to do that?
I know.
And he's just like, mother. I think, and of course you remember my, my young sister, the Lady Helen.
Yes, hello, lady, and I'll bow.
She curtsies. She curtsies, and it's just like Lady Vivienne.
No.
You hear suddenly Tisea go, Helen, and Tisea, and she goes, Tizzy, and they run up and just hug each other, and it's like it's just the only way kids can just like really hug each other, and it's so cute.
My heart.
It goes, and then they both turn and goes, my Lady Felice, says Tisea, and Helen says, my Lady Vivian, can we go and enjoy the party?
Try not to cry. Yes, of course. Go on, enjoy yourselves.
Immediately Tisea like grabs Helen's hand and like runs off in a direction. And you see the vulture, the first obstacle your family ever had to really overcome, just look like an incredibly doting father. And he's just like, don't run off too far off, don't run too far off the fields. Like don't eat too much sugar, too much sweets. I love you.
Fucking heart.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't recall her ever being able to run that fast. And he's and you see Felice just like rub his back, kind of.
Oh.
Goes,
Well, yes.
well, I am here to enjoy libations on another person's account
Mm-hmm.
to the drinks.
And I just point him in, like, kind of gesture for that.
Will you join us for a drink?
Oh, of course. I'm not.
We must toast your son's your family's good fortune. Come.
Mhm.
It is necessary. And he just, I insist upon it. I know you have many guests, but I am a curmudgeon and very loud and angry. So you must do as I say.
Of course.
But Walton goes, I would love to join you all, but I believe my attentions are seemingly demanded elsewhere, as he just like walks off towards what looks like a group of young ladies. So everyone kind of separates. However, Nymora, where are you during all of this?
So
You're sort of allowed to like engage at this point. You could like keep near Tidric or one of the others if you feel that was appropriate, but at the same time, you are of a station now that you can engage in this, right? This is a time that you are able to, because they, a lot of the soldiers that were brought in to be like guards now, they're all veterans now. Before they were like trained but not seasoned, where now they're all veterans. They fought in a battle, right? Like they know what they're doing now. So you're kind of allowed to do what you want. So where are you?
I think that regardless of like the talk of ill omens, the border of our lands where the old hall is far enough away that I just kind of want to enjoy myself. And so Nymora is not wearing any armor.
Okay.
Is wearing wearing like this like really like flowing and like I would say like probably almost scandalously cut dress.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
It is very in the Dornish style of like a robe
so
that
the robe with the kind of like half oval thing that kind of comes over the breasts and the kind of pointed shoulders kind of thing.
Yeah. It's basically like a robe and trousers that
kind
if
of
you
the long sleeves that come down off the sides.
Yeah, where if she's not moving, it looks like a dress, and it's only when she's moving that you actually see that
it separates and you realize it's trousers. Yeah, absolutely.
But just like lots of like very discreet holes in fabric. But in deference to her station, does still have her spear like on her back, like a la Wonder Woman when she has the sword down the back of her dress.
I will say, now that you are a full knight, having a spear on your back is you can keep it if you want, is sort of seen as like there is danger afoot kind of vibe. If you want to keep the spear, I'll let you for sure.
Okay. Okay. Can I say it's nearby then?
If you want I mean, yeah, you can put it wherever you want. I mean, if you want like a sword on you or something, that's a little more appropriate because a spear takes up a lot of room.
Okay. I'll have a small sword then.
Yeah, you want to have a short blade? You want to have a short blade on you? You have a short blade on you.
Yeah, I do know how to use
Yeah, you could use your ceremonial short blade that Tidric gave you when you were given when your father gave you when you were knighted.
I still have it like Wonder Woman style, like down the back of my dress.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Fucking beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I'll encourage that actually.
I just like the image. Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you in the party?
I am. Where would I be?
There's
Henric
like
isn't
an,
Henric isn't
a
around
ming-
here for me to.
yeah, there's a
go.
mingling entrance hall. There's a feasting wide area. It's specifically no table in the center. There's just all side tables around filled with food and water and wine, and areas for dancing and relaxing. There are 2 parlor rooms that have been opened up for more private conversations, and then it all spills out into the outside area, which is vast and beautiful under the sun, utterly gorgeous. No peacocks this time.
Thank God. Fucking awful birds. Moving back and forth between like the entrance where people are being announced and outside where I'm just like watching people arriving.
Mm-hmm.
And just greeting people that I recognize, houses that I recognize.
Awesome.
So I probably definitely said hello to House Delver.
Well, yeah, as I was saying, Walton comes up to
Mhm.
you as I say. Walton
Mhm.
goes, Sir Nymora.
I like turn, just like Sir Walton Delver.
He comes over. He comes towards you. He looks like he goes for like the warrior shake, and then he just like takes you up into a hug.
Oh, okay. Fucking charmer. Yeah, I'll hug him. I'll like do the manly pat where it's just like I slam his back.
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
quick succession.
He hits your back, and he goes, "Oh, someone's prepared."
Careful, that's my sword you're touching there.
like, I see. I think you prepared to see me. Apparently, it's fantastic to say. God, you look taller. Maybe just standing taller. One of those two.
And you, I reach up and like I flip his hair a bit.
Yeah.
It's like are getting longer.
Yes, it's true. I was going to cut it, but then like so many saints are drawn with so much long hair, and I just thought, well, I should give it a try.
Surely it's not the fact that young women do tend to go a bit crazy for curls, is it?
You know, I hadn't noticed it, but now that you mention it,
Oh, I'm
there
sure you
might
haven't.
be a correlation. It is fantastic to see you, and it lights up my times to be able to come here. I do have a question for you, though.
Of course.
Do you know where Mariella is?
Hmm. Would I have been Aaron? Would I have been able to keep track of? I think I generally know where most of the children are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes sense.
Mhm.
Mariella, where are you?
Hiding.
Okay,
Nowhere
so
near Walton Delver.
I think she's probably like in one of like the mingling areas. But like how many people have arrived already? Cuz it's like I might have moved.
A lot.
Yeah, so like
There's not nowhere near half as many people who are going to be here, but like a quarter of the people have shown up, which is a significant number.
a quarter of the reach has arrived. Yeah, so it's like I don't know if you're fully aware of where she is, but like she's like in one of the mingling rooms.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
give him general directions, yeah. The last that I saw her, she was mingling with other people. She was nearby, not too far.
Like I very much appreciate that. You look fantastic, but I'm glad to see you haven't quite changed. And points to the sword on your back.
Ah.
Makes me feel good. It
Sir
it looks
Walton?
like there's a moment of like weird tiredness to him, and he just like clenches it, and he's like, "No, I'm fine." And it's like, "It's good to see you."
Yeah. Before he goes, I like grab his wrist a
Yeah.
little bit and just. When you see my lady Mariella, she will look forward to seeing her friend again.
Like, oh, someone has learned to join the game. Like,
But
I understand what you mean.
I'm sorry.
Nomura. Like, he smiles very widely and confidently. He goes, "Oh, don't be sorry. Like, I haven't given up yet." And he just, and he will just leave.
Brash, beautiful men.
Indeed. Fantastic.
But yeah, I know that there is going to be a fucking Dornish delegation at some point.
Yup.
So I'm keeping an eye out to try and
Oh yeah,
do damage
I'm
control.
I'm glad you've noticed that, Naimora. You suddenly a lot of people are reported. There is a group of Dornish people about to enter the
Great.
keep.
Okay. Cool.
There are several house symbols.
Mhm.
Does anyone need me to list them?
Nope. They were. If it becomes important, like, could we roll like a breeding to know how to address them?
I think the only
I
two
mean-
that I want to know in the retinue would be, is Tiger Wild around? And is this Martell? I think those are the only
So-
two questions.
I will say, it's Tiger Wild is not going to be approaching with them because he's approaching with he's with the remember the
The Danets.
the Danets, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But the Nomura, I'm guessing you go. Yeah, absolutely. So as you
I need to go
go, as you go, you see the banners kind of out in the courtyard. They're still dealing with stuff and setting up stuff, and some people are coming in and going up. Did you want to look for like a certain banner?
Yeah, I would look for the Sun and Spear and for the leopard and axe.
All right, cool. You do in fact see the leopard and axe.
Mhm.
The house, the symbol of House Santagar. However, you do not see the sun and the spear. No, you see a few others. You see a black. You see a black background with a skull and a crown on it.
Right.
And you see a gray background with a blue falcon with its hood on. You see like a periwinkle light purple background with a white blade and a shooting star on it.
Mhm.
But you do not see the sun and the spear.
Weird. Considering that he said that he'd be here.
Mhm.
But it would be just fucking like House Martell. To not just say they'd show up and then not show up.
Yeah, I understand. So do you begin to greet the Dornish houses? All right,
Mhm.
cool. Well, I'm going to require a roll from you.
I'm gonna try and run interference between the Dornish houses because I know that there are Reachmen here who are going to be just fucking assholes about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. GM, what sort of role would you like me to do?
Well, this is the situation. What role would you like to do, Imora?
Fuck.
What do you feel is appropriate for this situation and the way you are handling it?
I mean, probably status.
That is a very good role. Yeah, absolutely.
It's me trying to run interference.
Why don't you roll me a status roll?
All right. I would like to use a destiny die to give myself a it's one bonus die, right?
Yes, it is one bonus die.
As I give myself a bonus die, temporary bonus die in avoiding confrontation. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. I can have one destiny point left. I can re-roll it.
Okay. You want to
Okay.
do that? Go
Yeah.
for it.
Do I still get the bonus die?
Yeah.
Cool.
Much better.
Oh, 15. Okay, the TN was
I have-
12.
I have
Cool.
no destiny left, guys. If I die,
Well, you can always
using
burn
it
a
is
destiny.
different than
Yeah.
I can always
burning.
burn a destiny point.
Mm-hmm.
To not die.
I'm done. I'm tapped out for tonight, guys.
You
Good
can
night.
save yourself, just not improve your situation.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. As I'm just like move back and forth between the Reach houses and the Dornish houses, just slipping back and forth in accents, basically. Oh, there's typing going on. I hate
There
it.
is. There's lots of typing. Secret typing.
Hate it.
No, I just want to mention them. But so you handle the delegation from Dorne very well. You greet them in an appropriate way.
Mhm.
You none of them, you tell them of the libations, of the different things, as you walk them through the hall, you sort of inform them with status who some of these houses are. Like, oh, that's house thing, those colors are house that. If you need any questions about who's what here, please let me know. I'm here to delegate, and you handle it. You handle it real good.
Here is the table specifically for Dornish food. These are the jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Please help yourself.
Yeah. And you even pour a drink for all of them and share a drink with them from the thing, which is
Cool.
tradition, that you drink from the same
Mhm.
thing, and you raise it like House Weirlight welcomes you, and they drink. It goes over really well. Vivian, you see that.
Excellent. Oh, wonderful. I thought I had to pull out the emergency fight pit so to get
Quick,
so they
quick, open the fight pit.
so they can get it out. But
That, violence, it always distracts men.
Early preview of the tournament.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is for entertainment, by the way, there is a current in the field, there is a wrestling match going on between two Legion contortionists. So it is while also a violent display, it is also just like a very interesting and acrobatic display. It's Henric helped organize that. Henric knows it's staged, like they're not really fighting, but it's almost like its own thing, and they have masks, and it's a lovely display because he's just like trust me, it is better than peacocks. Peacocks leave shit and can attack guests, but this kind of opulence is a new kind.
I understand. One
Mhm.
time you bring peacocks to a birthday party and never hear
Yeah,
them
I
again.
mean, you remember that it wasn't your idea to bring peacocks. It was what's his name's, and you were like, "That's great," and the aftermath.
Mhm.
But almost like it would explain a lot of the ruffling outside, because you would be like, "Oh, it's probably just a peacock." But yeah, you see Naimora do absolutely fantastic with the Dornish entourage.
Mhm.
However, he is not seen.
Oh.
However, I will say partway through the party,
Mhm.
Mariella, what are you doing? Tell me about you.
Tell me about me.
Yeah, but what are you doing right now? How are you enjoying yourself?
I think
As you are a guest here.
No, it's so weird. I'm sure Wormwood has still badgered me regarding wardrobe and all sorts of things because I am family.
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably with a collection of like her peers of
Okay.
the Reach at this
So
point.
let's do a quick thing to see who's there. We'll have a little flashback to your little girls' night. And we can treat girls' night as. I didn't want to like fully do it, but in
okay.
case you needed something
that would have been so many NPCs at once.
we can flash back to that happening, and then you can draw things from there.
Yeah.
You know, we can use it as a device to gain information.
Yeah, because I would love to have this be like the subtle introduction of like possible people for Constance, and if Eve really wants like start like very subtly like
Eve wants a husband real bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's like, do I gotta poison a guy? I'll fucking poison a guy. I wouldn't poison a guy, but I would like poison a guy.
That's how desperate I am.
Like I wouldn't, but like I would.
But I think number one question about girls' night: did Ashella choose to join us?
That is the question we're going to ask right now. We're going to answer right now.
Okay.
So did you in person?
Yeah, you said it would have been on the way, so I would have.
Yeah.
I would have done it in person.
Okay, so you knock on her door. She answers, and she just looks at you expectantly.
Some of the ladies, Mina, Eve. I don't know if you've really met Catalina yet. Constance and my mother's handmaiden Jennifer. We're all going to gather in one of the balconies that I tend to have personal use of. Would you like to join us?
She kind of looks at you and goes, looks like she's trying to word something, is like, is my husband to be all right?
He is fine. From what I've been told, he has overworked himself in order to prepare things for the wedding and make sure that no criticism could be made by probably your mother.
So yeah, she's like, kind of looks at you and is like, how many bottles of wine?
As many as we like.
So many.
Well, that is the correct answer. I suppose, but I'm not changing. And she just like, will walk out with you.
Yeah. So I'll lead over to the balcony that I tend to use.
Mm-hmm. So the moment you guys walk in and everyone's already kind of set up there, everyone's like, "Oh, Mari," and Ishella immediately goes, "I need an unopened bottle this exact moment." And you see Eve kind of go like, "Oh, here's one," and she just like does this, and Eve like looks confused, and it goes, "Toss it at me, brunette," and she underhand tosses it, and she just grabs it, and she just like with her full mouth just uncorks it and just spits it off the balcony specifically.
I don't. Yeah, I think Marielle is like, not mine. She like pulls out like the dagger that Nymora had given her, and like she kind of like stabs and like uses one as a corkscrew to open up like
and
the other
she looks at you and is just like, nice. And then she
returns it back.
She goes, okay. I think Ashilla goes, okay, this is how this is going to go. Seeing as you are all here for my wedding, I'm sure we'll get introductions out of the way after I'm done talking. If I can't finish this entire bottle in one go, I have to answer any questions you all ask me.
Oh my fucking god.
But if I do finish this bottle, you all have to answer every question I give you because I am the bride. Is everyone okay with this? Yes, you are. And she just and Constance is just like, hell yes. Yeah, and they immediately begin like cheering on Ashella.
Chug, 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 chug.
Henric, you
100%.
thought you had fun.
Yep. Ashella is a little done. Just like a tad. All right, cool. So
I'm not even allowed to have my fun yet.
She's gonna make an endurance drinking test.
I wanted to be so bad.
There you go, Ashella. I honestly want her to be really good at it because that means a lot more to me.
Mhm.
She'll have a higher resistance to poison.
Okay, here we go.
10.
Not
10.
bad, Ashella.
The TN's 9. So yeah, she just fucking
Chug.
She's just like,
Yeah.
and like throws the bottle on the ground. It doesn't break.
Nope.
So it just goes clink. She's just like, okay. I think I just did it.
Honestly, she deserves it at this point.
Great. All of you have to ask. You now all have to answer any question I give you. Is that all right? First off, what's your name? Yeah, and she starts to get to know the people and goes, okay, are any of you a virgin? And the only person who raises their hands is, of course, well, you and
Mina.
And Mina. Yeah, you both
Aww.
raise your hand. And Mariella and goes, so and Ashella points and he goes, that's it. That is the vibe. I was always like, what is that? It's that's it. You are a virgin. I didn't guess that. I don't know, you're so good at talking and you're so beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? And they're all like, you're so beautiful.
This is awkward because these are compliments from like quasi peers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll say it's not from lack of theoretical offers. It's just.
Oh, you don't need to explain. There's nothing. Listen, if anyone says there's something wrong with being a virgin, push them off a balcony. Any of you think there's something wrong with being a virgin? And then she looks over at a balcony and they're all like, no, not at all. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. What's your name again? Nina? Like, I think it's Mina. Wow, your accent is. I can't tell if I find it adorable or I just hate it. You'd have to talk more.
Let's go with the first for now, at least.
She shrugs, I suppose. Okay, now that we all have to answer my questions honestly, and she points directly at you, Mariella, what's wrong with your brother?
I told you what I was told.
You just told me he was going to be okay. You didn't tell me what was wrong.
I said that he overworked himself.
Oh, and that's true. She looks at you and goes,
it's what I was told.
It is. He goes, oh, okay. Yeah, she nods. He goes, so he was really working like so hard that he passed out about.
From what I understand, he was up at ungodly hours and late into the evening. And in addition to not just
on a wedding,
for the wedding, as well as helping tend the lands and trying to prepare himself to be a proper lord husband, from what I understand.
I'm very good at finding when people are lying to me, and you're not lying to me, and that just it's strange. So he did all that for me, and then Eve, who is definitely drunk at this point, it's like it's because he loves you. It's just like, Eve, how exactly do you know that out of the numerous times you've spoken to Henric? What is that a total of? What's that number the Dornish invented? 0? Like, and she's like, it's obvious. Look, he passed out from working on your face. He loves you, and he's so beautiful, like Mariella, but with a cock.
Yes, that
and Mina's like, Eve.
That is the main difference between me and my brother.
I mean, she's like, well, I'd hope so. I mean, if it's not, like, maybe you're.
It is
I mean, if
difference
it's not,
between us.
And yeah, yeah, since you answered honestly with Ashella, to your knowledge,
To my knowledge.
she seems very happy with that. And so we then cut to the next day, of course, where you're in the parlor, and Ashella is with you,
Okay.
and the rest of the girls.
Hangover from hell.
No. Like
We just spend the rest of
I'm
the
getting
night
caught.
with the bachelorette
I mean,
party.
Ashella
This
has
is
a
great.
wine glass in her hand, so she's
Yeah, no, like I'm betting like there have been a
It's
couple of these
going.
nights because
Yeah.
like the only time Mari gets drunk is at home with her girls because she doesn't
Mhm.
trust anybody else. Kind of one of those things.
Yeah, so all of
So
everyone
like,
right now, by the way,
we
is
have a
holding.
day after kind of like drink.
Yeah,
that, like
yeah,
we have been able to
you
do.
all have like big wine glasses, and you're all just like.
Yeah,
and right
no.
now, most of you guys are just watching all of like the hot Reach Boys go through. There's not a lot of them, but it is a parade. What do you guys? So what are you doing specifically? Now that Ashella is there with you.
Yeah, I think during the course of like the girls' night, we had probably cropped up like possibilities. It's like, you know what, so many are coming and everything like that. I know that some of you are eager to find possibilities, and so like kind of like keep the eye out for like probably Eve and Constance for the most part.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
for the guys, and then like we can spot them out, so then like
Mhm.
either we can assist with an introduction or they know who they are,
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
Ashella and I would
Jenna-
probably have the better
Mhm.
like knowledge.
Yeah, you do have a very good understanding. So does Jennifer.
Well, yeah,
Jennifer,
she's my mother's creature. Yes.
Yeah, she's the oldest of you as well, and she's just like
Is Jennifer looking for someone, or is she very content right now?
Jennifer hasn't mentioned it, but I would definitely say that Constance has told you
Did things
that,
develop with that dude back in King's Landing?
that it doesn't seem so. It seems he found a different bride. So she is in fact looking, but she is specifically not telling like anyone to help her. She seems to be very determined to do on her own. But she told Constance, and Constance fully told you because listen, they're friends, but you know, Constance is a fucking gossip.
Yeah, so that's probably what we're doing. So like
Okay.
I'm generally keeping an eye out for like Grace Ford for Constance, and like any other potentials on Catalina's list that Constance might have been piqued by.
Gotcha. Understood. All right, so you're doing that.
So this means I'm probably partially vigilant for any man that's like walking by.
Sure. What's your passive awareness?
My passive. Let me look at my thing. 16.
Ooh, that's really good.
I'm no Clarissa, but
Let's see here.
oh no, don't tell me he's gonna sneak.
Okay. You hear someone coming from like behind you, your group. They walk rather light, but you feel that. And you just hear, excuse me. I was wondering if one of you was Mariella.
Fuck.
I turn.
Yeah, the whole group turns, and you are currently staring at Prince Oberyn Martell.
You gotta deal with it
Status
first.
reading to see if I know who this is. Aaron knows. But
Oh,
also
I mean,
Mari?
Marilyn, you saw him joust against your brother.
Okay,
You were there.
okay,
No,
so I
You
would
know,
know.
you know
who
what he looks
is.
like.
Okay.
You know who this is. Ashella goes, just like,
Yeah,
he's like,
I think immediate curtsy is like Prince Martell.
yeah, Your Grace, you would know is the proper way to
your
address him.
grace.
Yeah, yeah, your Grace. And he goes, oh, thank you, milady. Like, I was told, I mean, your hair and your eyes, you must be Mariella.
I am indeed.
This is wonderful. I was looking for you very specifically. I think I know someone related to you.
I'm assuming someone other than my brother.
Uh, he goes, yes, it's true. Your brother and I are quite acquainted on the jousting field. That is true. But no, I would like to introduce you. I believe, I don't know if you've met, but I would like to introduce you my current paramour, Camilla. And a woman comes walking out of the way. She has long raven locks, very similar to you, actually. A lot of her face structure is a little similar to you. She's got like a kind of a bit of a thicker nose, a bit more of a cutter jawline, taller for sure, a little bit. There is intense predatory femininity in her, with like, which is like the edge is added by like a bit of masculine shoulders and jawline. And it's jawlines you've seen in your father.
Do I have to roll?
No, I don't quite think so. And she has these dark hazel eyes, different from your dad's.
Mm-hmm.
But she has your pale complexion and dark hair. It is like looking into like what you could be when you are older. And you just hear, oh, darling, look at you. Oh, yes, you're one who can definitely break some hearts. It's so amazing to meet you. I'm so sorry that my foolish other brother has kept us away for so long. I'm your aunt. I'm Camilla Weirlight, and she puts her hand out to grasp yours.
Yeah, I do the same.
Yeah, she grasps your hand and then immediately pulls your hands up pretty forcefully, and then like spins you forcefully.
Okay.
And goes, oh, look at you, perfection chiseled. Oh, my little brother must have found the perfect bride. I guess that his wife would still be here. What was her name again?
Vivian?
Sure. Vivian, that sounds right. Definitely doesn't sound Reach, but I think that's a good thing nowadays. But you're utterly gorgeous. And look at your excellent entourage. Look at all of these girls. A finer display I have yet to see. And Mariella, when she's looking at your friends, there is something very predatory.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing goes, no, my love, you will make me jealous. And he pulls, you see Oberyn Martell pulls your aunt in, and they just start making out.
Oh, yeah.
Directly in front of you.
I am used to parental PDA.
This
maybe
making
not
out is
this-
not like your parents
not-
making out.
Not this. But
There's no. It's just want and desire. There's just, you see so much tongue.
Yeah. Do I see like a servant or something like
Yeah.
somewhere around?
Easily.
Awesome. Subtle gesture for like
Uh-huh.
a drink or something to be
Yeah.
delivered.
Absolutely. Yeah, he nods and will bring over a drink, and he'll stop and just like move your aunt into a position next to him, but holding her hip. And goes, like, I have heard the Reach stuff is quite good. I think a little fruity, I say, but not bad.
From
So, Mariella, your father, your father fought very well to try and keep Targaryen lands. I know he wasn't there, but what is his opinion on the sacking of King's Landing, would you say? And he just starts staring at you as he's drinking.
oh, lovely.
I coached Henric on this. I didn't coach Mariella.
Oh man, Aaron, like flash through all the bullshit that fucking happened at the Sack of King's Landing. Oh man, oh fuck, I'm blanking on all of the shit. So I'm remembering. Do you want me to like roll for knowledge? Or would
Yes,
I
you can.
have
You
it?
could roll knowledge. If you have any lore skills in there,
No, I
or
don't.
history.
But I'm just like
you
wondering
can roll
if it would
knowledge
have
to
been
know
like part
what
of like
happened.
etiquette or whatever
It would,
thing.
yeah. So like, because this is a thing that happened while you were alive, but
Yeah.
you were also small. So and you were taught it, but like, yeah, I would say roll knowledge to know the specifics, because there's rumors
This is
and
gonna be
stuff.
so
But
horrible. This is gonna be so horrible. Man. Alrighty. Knowledge. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna use a bonus die for this.
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna use a destiny die for this. I feel like I'm gonna need it, so then I don't royally fuck up. A 12.
A 12. Are you satisfied with this?
Sure. I feel like I'm gonna need the other ones for other roles.
Okay.
It's like, would she know, like, basically, like, his sister and everything went down?
So with 12, 12 is a success. It was a TN9. Sorry. Yes, you would know that his sister was Prince Rhaegar's wife.
Yep.
And then Rhaegar left her, and then she was raped and cut in half.
Yep.
And her babies' heads were slammed against walls.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
When the Lannisters sacked King's Landing. Your family had nothing to do with that. No one in the Reach had anything to do with the sacking of King's Landing. It was all the Westerland army. However, now that you think about it, you know someone who was actually there. Harold Dulver. Harold Dulver was a part of the Westerland army to sack King's Landing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so I think kind of in response to that, I feel that it'd be very forward, but considering the general stances of what my father and my mother would like our house to continue to believe in, the actions during the sacking were just like, there's like this look of like disgust and horror on her face.
Cool. If you believe that, if that's real to you,
yeah, I don't think
I will need you to make a persuasion convince roll.
Awesome. Yeah.
As you and if you fail this, we're going to go into an intrigue with Oberyn.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, this is where we're using another destiny point to give me another one. I'm assuming he definitely has a status of 4 or higher.
Oh, Prince Oberyn Martell?
Just maybe.
Yeah, he does.
Just kind of.
Prince Oberyn Martell, the only house in the entirety of Westeros which was powerful enough to still claim the title of princes for themselves. Because they fucked the dragons off so hard.
Pretty much. Alrighty. Oh man, I feel very uncomfortable right now.
And no, ooh, 15. Are you satisfied with that roll?
I don't know if I can get higher than that on a convince. If it was charm, yes. I don't think can really do like
So you're
super much
satisfied with
better.
that roll?
Yeah.
Okay. The TN was 15.
Thank fucking God.
Oh.
All right, yeah, you did it. Excellent. Excellently well done. Sorry.
It's okay. Feel free to make a note.
Um, so you succeed, and he just kind of sipping, looking directly at you, goes, yeah, like an interesting notion. Apologies for bringing up such dark things at what is, I'm sure, a wondrous time. Where is your brother?
I don't think Mariella would know this. I don't
You
think
don't.
Unfortunately, I am not aware of where he is at present.
Oh, I was under the influence that with twins, it is always the sister who is the keeper of the brother. Is this not so in this relationship? That is good to know.
I am very happy to be handing that responsibility over, like making a gesture to Ashella.
And he goes, "Oh my, have I been neglecting the bride? How utterly roguish of me. Like an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance. You are Ashella Ashford, are you not?" She goes, "I do happen to have that honor." He goes, "Oh, proud. Not surprising from an Ashford. Tell me, how rich has your father gotten off of raiding my people's caravans?" And she goes, "Well, I expect at this point quite rich. How rich has your family gotten from raiding our ships?" And he goes, "Not that rich, but we have found some very nice silk." And he just like touches his coat. I think it is a pleasure to meet you. I've often found it so. I think you are rather pleasant as well. I'm like, "Would you share a drink with me?" I suppose I would say no. I think no, you'd poison me, perhaps. And bold. I was just wondering. I have heard so many stories about you, Mariella. That what is the term, my dear? And she goes, "I think you used unflappable. Doesn't have a good ring to it, but I suppose that's I suppose that is somewhat true. I was wondering what could make a young girl so hard to phase by anything."
Surviving my twins' antics.
You sound like my brother. Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed you. There is much party to get to, and many things for me to see. I'm sure I have a lovely tour. Yes, but things have changed ever so much. It's gotten bigger in a sort of good way. Maybe I'll decide later. It was so absolutely lovely to meet you, dear. I do hope we can perhaps have a correspondence. I love to be more involved in your life. I think now that things have settled for me a little bit. Would you like that?
I don't know how I could possibly refuse such an intriguing individual as yourself.
What a clever girl. And she just pinches your cheek. What a clever girl. Well, I'll leave the bride and her friends to enjoy the party.
Yeah, I think before they leave, Mariella does mention it's we actually had prepared some Dornish delicacies and things, and
Goes,
our sworn sword Nymora flowers is also available if necessary.
Like, huh. Like Dornish food. I came 300 miles, to try Reach food.
Well,
I have Dornish food where I come from, and I'm sure your people can't make it. But I'll give it a try. I always do. Love finding how much we are insulted in these lands. Good evening, and he just fucking walks away from you.
it's fine.
He just walks away, and you see he's walks away. He's just squeezing Camilla's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah, like I feel like as soon as like they're starting, like have turned and started to leave, it's like, okay, turn back around, like. It's like deep breath, immediately take like a new wine glass from somebody.
Yeah, and Ashella turns to you and goes, Prince Oberyn Martell is at my wedding.
Yes.
Like, she just swirls her
Mariella was
glass.
not informed that he was coming at all.
No, you were not.
Nope.
He just is here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And obviously Ashella didn't know either.
That motherfucker thinks that the food is going to be subpar. I picked that food myself.
You tasted the spices.
Yes, because you're from Dorne.
But I know more about Dornish food than I think literally anybody else here.
Accurate. But yeah, Ashella just seems pleased, like, Prince Oberyn Martell is at my party. At my wedding. Excellent. Just like sips. Oh, I have to see the Tyrells. Oh, are they expressions? Are they here yet? Like girl, and there's just like a servant who like turns, like, girl, are the Tyrells here? I don't think so, milady. You don't think so? You'll go find out. Excellent. Thank you, dear. She just like opens her eyes and just takes a big sip.
Yep.
Excellent. And we cut away from you. Haha. That's right. You thought it was Walton.
I'm just like aware of everybody. Hyper aware.
You thought Walton was coming, but no, it was Oberyn Martell.
No, there are like. There's at least like 2 other people also like warning radars. Like Mariella is ready for like. She's like a cat that's like a thunderstorm is coming and is freaking out, and it's like I'm just waiting.
Okay, Nymora and Vivienne, both of you around the same time are informed by a informant, like a servant that kind of works for Orton, that Oberyn Martell has been spotted, and he's talking to Mariella.
Okay. Cool.
What are your reactions?
I think just rapid blinking, but I trust my daughter, and I do not want to make her look like she can't handle herself in front of Prince Oberyn, so I'm just downing my current glass and taking up another, like, it's fine, I trust her, she's smart. He's not gonna poison her looking at her. Can he do that? Can he do that? So yeah, but I will try to like peek. I'm not gonna, but I will like try to like see through the crowd if I can see her.
Sure. Nymora, what is your reaction?
My reaction is, fuck, I told Henric about this shit, but I didn't tell Mariella anything because I didn't realize that I didn't know that Martell wouldn't go straight for Henric. Fuck, shit, fuck. But if Oberyn has already engaged Mariella, there's not anything I can do because interrupting at this point would be such an insult based on my station. So I think I am just sort of like hovering relatively nearby, not close enough to be obtrusive.
Okay. So as you get by, you see Oberyn and someone he's with that looks really familiar to you, but you don't know. Walk, and she's just as tall as he is. If not actually a little taller. Um,
Horrifying.
she does have
And
heels on.
incredibly attractive, beautiful woman.
Incredibly attractive.
Good. Titties. All right.
All right. So Vivian, you do spot a little bit. You kind of move towards see Mariella, but it looks like Oberyn is now moving away from her with some woman. But I need you to make a cunning memory test.
All right, that thing I don't have. Got it. So I think it's flat cunning. So here we go. 10.
Yeah. Tien was 6. Vivian, you're like, who is Zogod? You know who that is. You remember her when you were 16.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like the same, if not just dressed more elegantly, like more worldly. And her hair is longer. But yeah, that's Tedric's older sister.
Fuck.
That's Camilla Weirlight.
Cool.
She was around when you were first like courting each other, essentially. And you recall there's like a lot of history with her and Tedric's father and with Tedric and all that. And before, when you were informed Prince Oberyn Martell was going to be here, you're like, how did he find out? And now you know.
Oh, wonderful. Well, maybe she's here because, I mean, that old bastard's dead now, so maybe we can start a new relationship. Does he look like he's going somewhere? Like he looks, or is he meandering?
He's walking slowly, if only to cup her butt more easily. But it does look like he has places in mind that he's going.
Okay.
He's smiling and looks like he's taking everything in, but the eyes are one of a fucking jackal. Yeah. Not a shark, a fucking jackal looking over just like corpses everywhere. Where do I begin?
Okay.
Kind of thing. You do see Nymora nearby. So you do spot them. Nymora, you sort of nearby but not hovering. What is Oberyn's passive?
I am really visible in this outfit too.
You are. Yeah,
it's like all like lovely like yellow silks. And...
Yeah, I think you see Camilla look at you and stop.
Serena, I'm really sorry if I sleep with your.
I mean, you act like that wasn't gonna be my thing if I played if I played her. Like, please, come on.
Yeah, Camilla stops and goes, Oh, hello. And she just like walks, just sashaying, taking her time, almost letting you look at her at like
shit. Big dumb buff lesbian. All right, guys.
We thought I was fucked.
Yeah.
It goes, I kind of look. It goes, look at you. I can tell by your arms, like you're no stranger to, well, adversity. May I see your hands? And she just reaches for them and just like gently takes them up, and touches them and goes, like, oh, these are a warrior's hands, darling. My love. He goes, yes, my paramour. And Oberyn Martell just comes over. See these hands? And he just and now Oberyn Martell is touching your hands.
All right, okay. I'm just gonna fucking gonna get fucking double teamed by Oberyn Martell. Weirlight, I guess. All right,
dude,
guys.
If there was a threesome to have so far with any of the NPCs.
Right.
And yeah, he goes, oh yes, the individual calluses. You fight with a spear, don't you? You see, I have the same calluses, and he takes your hand and puts it on his.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I think that I have really that Nymora has just been like very still for a couple of seconds while she's just being like manhandled by a beautiful woman and now an extremely powerful man, and now it's just like kind of like does like an all over
yeah, what do you do? Yeah.
just like an all over like just like and it's, your proficiency with a spear is well known even outside of Dorne.
Like,
Your Grace.
he goes, which spear do you speak of?
Whichever one you happen to have in hand at the time.
Like, he smiles, he goes, oh, you seem fun. Like, tell me, I must know your name.
I want to kind of tilt my head at him a little bit, and it's like, this is not the first time that you have met me, sir.
Is it not?
Very long ago.
You looked very different then, I think. I think I do know where I know you from. You are, of course.
I was a wayfish girl of 15 at that time, but Nymora Flowers, at your service, your grace.
Do you mean Santigar's bastard? You are Santigar's bastard. Look at you now. Oh. It seems you took a bit of my advice.
It took me a while to find a house that would take me, but the Weirlights have been very good to me.
They have, yes? What would you say is the character of House Weirlight?
They are determined to treat everyone as equals. At least within the under the banner of this house. They are fierce in a fight, and even fiercer in their loyalty. They are determined to root out injustices, to right wrongdoings.
I see.
Out of all the lords that I have served when I was a sellsword, it is only the Weirlights that I would gladly lay down my life for.
And they had no problem with your bastard or Dornish heritage?
They are set to give me land.
I see. You say they measure things by worth, than lineage. Well,
I would
that's it.
say-
Those are admirable traits. Oh, I think, yes, speak more.
I would say, yes, as much as lineage is always important. But I do not think that they would suffer any of their children to not be worthy of that lineage.
A noble cause. I care very deeply for my children. Like, and Camilla, you feel her touching your shoulder now, and she comes behind you, and then puts her hands down over your front, not grabbing your boobs or anything, but but her forearms are resting on the top of them. And she has now embraced your back, which you have that kind of a bit like reveal on the back, and you feel her presence. And she goes,
I kind of look over my shoulder a little bit to be careful of the sword, my lady.
It goes, I think, oh, you don't know me very well. Sorry, you don't know me very well, Sir Nymora, but the sword is half the reason I'm intrigued. And looks up at Oberyn and goes, like my paramour, I want this one.
Fuck.
And Oberyn goes, I have little power to deny you, my heart. And I cannot deny you that I do as well. He goes, tell me, Nymora, Nymora, is there a place in this castle you would wish to perhaps get to know us better? Show you some spear skills.
All right. much of an insult is it to say that you don't want Prince Oberyn Martell's dick? Like, is there a breeding test that I can make for this? Is there a status breeding test for how to let a man down gently?
I mean, so you're a little lost here. I will say,
Really
there's no.
am.
If you want to try, be like, I only like ladies. Like,
Mhm.
you can say that.
I'm not. Vivian, please help me. No, you bitch. Please save me.
Everybody
Okay.
got to stand on their own 2 feet, and I am not getting in the middle of that amalgam of arms.
I am the only person. I am the person in this game who has gotten the most ass. Why does this keep happening to me?
Because a bunch of top people know they can
I'm not
seduce
noble.
you.
So, yeah, I'd kind of like lean back into Camilla a little bit.
Yeah.
And just, I think that you, my lord, would find me a poor bedfellow.
He puts the thing up and he goes, Your Grace.
Sorry. Old habits. But
I like.
yes, my prince. You would find me a poor bedfellow, I'm afraid.
I do not believe that.
I prefer women.
Well, you merely need to say so. I prefer women as well, and men. As does Camilla. Then it seems that we need to be taken to a place where Camilla can have her way with you, and I can get a good show.
Mm.
Like a win-win.
All right, fucking. All right. I know a few spare bedrooms that would be unoccupied at this time. Everybody.
Do you have a friend who perhaps would enjoy enjoy some spear
male,
work?
some
So, yeah.
male companionship.
Some spear work.
Can we call Orton into a clinic?
Yeah, is Hallis around here somewhere?
Yeah.
Hallis, you want to fuck Prince Oberyn Martell?
Ooh.
Which one do you want to call? I hear people screaming Orton, Hallis.
I hear people screaming Orton too, but I think that Orton is busy.
Okay.
You recommend whoever you want.
Exactly.
I'll recommend Hallis because maybe he'll tell me about the fucking Omen afterward. Now that he's been fucked.
Yeah.
Tell him that I know a Northman who.
He goes, oh, a Northman, eh? Yeah. So if you can actually find him pretty easy, you're just like they're not gonna let you leave their vice at the moment. And
yeah, gonna go tell Hallis just hey, you dick down by Prince.
Yeah, so you bring someone over and like, hey, go get the guard thing, Hallis, and tell him to bring over in here. Yeah, so immediately you are whisked away into a room.
Good night, everybody.
Yep, and the moment you are Camilla immediately says, take out your sword and cut my clothes off.
Yeah, you know what? She's a lady. She knows what she wants. This is a woman who knows what she wants. Sure. Yeah. So I'll cut the dress off of her.
Absolutely. Hallis walks in. He goes, okay, someone said you need me. And Prince Oberyn Martell goes, you, good, come over. And he goes, yeah. He goes, take off your clothes.
I look at Hallis, I'm like, look backwards like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, you know how the other night you said that you liked both men and women?
He goes, I mean, very well, Your Grace. And he fully disrobes. And you see, Hallis has a horrifically thick scar across his chest, and this part of his arm is fully tattooed. And also this part of his bicep looks like there's some weird ritual scarring. Like the scars there don't look like from a battle. And he goes, your entire body is marked and besmirched. Like, press it against me. And yeah, we fade to
You're
black there.
beautiful.
We can roll it up and throw that.
Ladies'
And
night
I
is
believe
complete.
and I
Yep.
believe that is where we will end
Oh my
this
God.
evening.
I think, yeah, Vivian's just like arm
Yeah.
pumping, like, I hired the best people. Yes. Fuck that man. Get us clout.
Yeah. Listen, knowing they were coming, there was no way they weren't going to try and fuck you, Nymora. That's just.
Yeah.
And
Can't
listen,
do that.
everyone else, be on the lookout.
Beyond dark.
I
It's fucking
messaged
hide your
Aaron on
daughters,
the
hide your
side.
wives.
I'm ready.
After that, yes, we cordially.
And the only
accept
reason
your
they weren't going
invite.
to the only reason they weren't going to fuck you, Mariella, is because you're her niece.
Yeah.
However, that still might not stop Oberyn.
Mm-hmm.
So be prepared.
Enjoy the list
Cool.
of happy pride in
Yes, indeed.
Pride. I'm proud.
happy
Yep.
pride, everybody.
Yep. And
Read it
Henric,
today. We love
Clarissa,
it.
Vivian, be on the lookout.
Thank you.
Yep.
Be ready. I'm ready.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see where how the blood curse can be alleviated and what the secret group can do, while the rest have to manage this utterly massive group of the most powerful people in this entire empire. Let's see if they can do it. Join us next week to see if they can. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.